was trying to do the right thing. It's the industry we're talking about here. And chances are, many people are moving like this. But 50 only called out the one person he has issues with. Now, I don't want you to think I'm saying 50 is guilty of anything. At the end of the day, not even Choke himself is saying he knows why 50 reacted that way. There is a chance 50 is the only one in that business who ain't down to fold for no one. He could have done what Choke did and told everyone long ago not to even try him. But then again, why didn't he understand where Choke was coming from? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the people who respects him for dropping that documentary. I honestly don't care why he did it. What's important is someone in the industry did it. But I also know that just because he dropped that documentary doesn't mean he's against the system. He could actively be a part of this system and, at the same time, call out people he doesn't like. I'm not quick to trust anyone in the industry because at the end of the day, we never truly know. We saw that with the whole Puff situation. To the public, he was a beloved hip-hop legend, an industry mogul, until the trial when many people's perspective shifted. Who's to say all these artists aren't the same way? Like I said, we don't really know any of them. All we know is what they want us to know and what these industry insiders are willing to reveal. So, what do you guys think? Is 50 Cent the one guy who made it to the absolute top of the
industry? I believe that. I believe that 50 Cent didn't do anything, bro. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I will die on that hill and say that 50 Cent didn't do much. I'm going to be honest with you. And like I said, it's mainly because he can do and move and do things like this in confidence. There's no one else who has leverage over him, whereas people like Jay-Z stayed quiet. Every artist who ever was a part of that Diddy White Party stuff stayed quiet. 50 Cent was the only one speaking out against him. But look, y'all, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. And I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
This is what would crawl out of you if you drink.
রাস্তার ওপারেই থাকি মানে এটা এমন কিছু নয় জানিয়ে কেউ এখানে থাকতে চাইবে এবং চিন্তা করতে চাইবে এটা নিশ্চিত ক্রমবর্ধমান জলস্তরের মধ্যে সম্ভাব্য বাঁধ ভেঙে যাওয়ার আশঙ্কায় জারি করা উচ্ছেদ আদেশ কর্মকর্তারা তুলে নেওয়ার পর বৃহস্পতিবার দক্ষিণ পূর্ব মিসিসিপির বাসিন্দাদের তাদের বাড়িতে ফেরার অনুমতি দেওয়া হয়েছে কর্মকর্তারা শেষ পর্যন্ত এই সিদ্ধান্তে উপনীত হন যে বাঁধটি টিকে থাকবে বলে তাদের যথেষ্ট আস্থা রয়েছে কিন্তু এই উচ্চ জলস্তর ছিল ক্রান্তীয় ঝড় আর্থারের অবশিষ্টাংশের কারণে উপসাগরীয় উপকূল এবং দক্ষিণের এলাকাগুলোতে আঘাত হানা বিশাল বন্যার হুমকিরই একটি অংশ বৃহস্পতিবার আবহাওয়া
I knew that the Knicks were a team of destiny when I saw this fan throw a banana into the crowd after their crazy comeback win, and it promptly came right back to him like it was a banana rain. And nobody celebrates like Knicks fans, because I don't know if it's more impressive that somebody actually acquired a Karl Anthony Towns jersey which fit the Statue of Liberty, or that they were able to get it up there within an hour of the Knicks win. The entire city was singing Empire State of Mind after they won the NBA Finals. All the Brazilians who were there for the World Cup and trying to get home did not realize that they would have to get through all these Knicks fans, and that there was no public transportation, since even the bus drivers had to get in on the celebration. New Yorkers in general and Knicks fans get a bad rap, but the truth is they are not like what you see and hear about, because based on videos like this of the aftermath, you would think that a tornado had swept through there and that it would take at least a week to get everything back to normal. But tons of fans on their way home in the wee hours of the morning were helping the Department of Sanitation workers clean up from all their madness. So by the time it was 8 a.m., there was literally zero evidence of what had happened. I knew that the Knicks were a team of destiny when
আমি আপনাদের বলি জেইলন ব্রানসনকে বিশ্বের সেরা খেলোয়াড় জেইলন ব্রানসন হলেন এই যুগের বিল রাসেল ছিলেন চূড়ান্ত বিজয়ী তিনি প্রতিটি স্তরেই জিতেছেন তার ক্যারিয়ারে যতবারই কোনো নির্ণায়ক খেলা এসেছে হাই স্কুল কলেজ অ্যামেচার প্রো NBA সবকিছু যতবারই খেলাটা চূড়ান্ত পর্যায়ে পৌঁছেছে বিল রাসেলের দলই সবসময় জিতেছে আপনি যদি জেইলন ব্রানসনের দিকে
Alright. How y'all doing, man? It's Friday, it's Juneteenth. That should have been my title. Happy Juneteenth. My bad. You know what? We're gonna come back with a Happy Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the third installment since Joe Biden sanctioned it. And I had a lady at work asking me, what is the holiday for this Friday? And I looked at her, and she was a Caucasian woman, right? And I looked at her, right? And I told her what it was, and she said, what is that? So I just looked at her. I don't know if she was trying to be funny or what, but I didn't find it funny. And I say, go do your research. So she came back like probably an hour or two later. And she said, oh, I know what it is now. I didn't know that that was really a thing. So I looked at her, right? I'm like, is this woman trying to provoke me or something? Is she wearing a wire recording, trying to trick me out of position to get me to say something crazy to her so she can go back and report me on some current stuff? You know, like for real. What is the holiday about this Friday? Is that really a thing? Did you really say that? So you don't want a free day off? You still want to come to work when you could be off and get paid for it? I was like, wow, this world is so wicked. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was so poised and I pat myself on the back for not getting out of control. I really believe that's what she wanted me to do. It was a real sarcastic way that she asked me that. You know what I'm saying? And so long story short, the devil sent people at you to do his work, and you can't get caught up in it. That's all I'm saying. Don't allow yourself to get caught up. Discipline is very much required of your patience and so forth. You know, growing up, my not my grandfather, but my uh grandfather, one of his homeboys, they used to sit on the porch with him back in the day. They my grandfather smoked cigars, and his homeboy used to smoke a pipe, not a crack pipe, but an actual pipe. And the tobacco that he used to use smelled real good. And you know, I wish I knew the name of that tobacco that he used. You know, and I never smelt nothing that came close to it, like in this day and time, which was many years ago. So, you know, uh, you know, I'm on my new shit now, if you will. You know, um, that smell took me back to my childhood. You know, when I was hanging around my grandfather, in the summertime. And, it just bring back good memories at the end of the day. I guess I'm at that age where I do a lot of reminiscing nowadays. And, you know, uh, I got a lot to reminisce about. You know what I'm saying? And just got a lot going on and good stuff, not nothing crazy. I got a lot of wins under my belt, more W's than L's, and I'm relishing in that. I am, I love it that I'm after riches at this point. I'm near retirement. I roughly got 15 years to have the age to retire, but I'm 30 years into my business. So I done put my due diligence of time in, but to achieve the age bracket, I got 15 more years. And, you know, um, I forgot I had my arms on today. Let me get y'all a little close up. That's Mom Dukes right there. Teresa Chambers. Yeah. So, I usually put her on around her birthday, our birthday. We're a day apart. You know, I was my mom's birthday gift, in 1970. And yeah, so I try to honor her with a family cookout picnic, family reunion in one entity, but it was a lot going on this year, and I ain't had the time to put it together. My son was graduating college, go Owls, you know, and my son walked that stage and got his degree. And what I'm saying, now we're on the next phase, and you know, he trying to venture into the tech world, what I'm saying. So yeah, it's your boy, fifth year of the podcast. And yeah, man, we rocking out. We rocking out. And congratulations to the New York Knicks, man. And you know, that boy Bronson is a beast. And I don't know what else to say. Y'all seen the games. That man single handedly put the team on his back, and his backstory is they should make a movie out of Bronson life. You know what I'm saying? You know how his dad played for the New York Knicks and didn't win a title. And he stayed around the league coaching. He taught his son. He put the fundamentals on him, and he taught him how to be great and disciplined. That led him to grow up as a champion from high school to college. Then when he get in the pros, he make it to the team that his dad played for and got his team to the finals and won that chip for him and his dad. That's a movie right there. We need a movie. We need a Jalen Bronson movie about him and his dad and the road that got them there to the championship. And let's not forget this man gave back $100 million and say, look, take this money and go get a team around me. I can't do this by myself. I mentioned that Joe Flacco when the Baltimore Ravens won with Ed Reed and that whole crew, when they beat Kaepernick, when San Francisco was winning, the lights went out. Somebody turned the power off that slowed the motion of San Francisco. And then when they came back, San Francisco lost their mojo. They were on a run and on a high. The Pirates that beat it and won Kaepernick to win a Super Bowl. You know, and I collect all the Super Bowl jerseys of black quarterbacks, and that's the one that I need to get as soon as I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the whole Kaepernick situation was history, and you know, it's just unfortunate that he was blackballed. He took him to court. He won $80 million from what I hear, allegedly. And he was told, you'll never come back to the league. So they always playing with the idea of, you know, these trash quarterbacks out here. Won't you get somebody that can play like a Kaepernick? But he getting old now. He done aged out. And because that's been like 10 years ago, and he was probably 29 now, so he 39 now, probably going on 39 and almost hitting 40. So we could stop bumping his name to come back to the field. And, you know, at this point, just keep it moving. But the history is documented on what happened, how it took place. And, and in the end, he was okay. Because when you win any lawsuit through litigation in the courts, you know that money is not taxed. So he didn't even have to pay on that $80 million that he got, allegedly, if that was the number. So that means all that money is his straight out. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So good for him. You know what I'm saying? You deserved it. You got to the Super Bowl. You could have won if they didn't, hit them lights on you. That was some bullshit at the end of the day. But Flacco and the Ravens won. And because they won, them guys wanted money. And, as they should. You won the Super Bowl, I want to get compensated. So what happened was, they gave Flacco $100 million and asked, could he give $20 million back to pay the guys? He said no. So the team got dismantled, and the Ravens didn't go back to the Super Bowl. They could have probably won 3 with the team that they had. And so it just shows you when you care about winning and not just, don't get me wrong. Flacco, this was his first big payday. So, he was like, I ain't giving back no money. What I'm saying? And I understand. But I wonder if Bronson had won and to keep the team together, would he gave some money back? You know what I'm saying? Basically what Flacco had did. Flacco won and got paid. Then Bronson got paid, and all the pressure was on him. He said, I need help, man. So let me get some of this money back. And y'all go get some guys. You know what I'm saying? You know? And by the way, go get my teammates from Villanova. You know, Hartenstein, which got traded to I think they swapped for Cat and somebody else, Big Cat, Mikael Bridges, you know, Josh Hart. That was the big three on the Villanova team, and Hartenstein I think was a big man in the middle. So yeah, you know. But congratulations to the Knicks. You know, at the end of the day, um, I got some highlights, man, that I need to talk about. Like, for instance, our XFL team last weekend was in the championship, and they were the reigning champions, and you know what I'm saying? They was the reigning champions. And they had the United Bowl, that's what they called it, at Audi Field. You know what I'm saying? And we were winning, and the damn quarterback got hurt. And fourth quarter, man, with 9 minutes left, and you can't put nobody in there cold and expect them to work a miracle. I mean, yeah, I heard the man he get paid a lot of money, and why he couldn't step up to the plate and all that. I'm like, man, realistically, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody come in cold in 9 minutes and pull a miracle off. I mean, if you do, you do, but what's the likelihood of that for real happening? You know what I'm saying? And we were winning the whole game, and then the old line let a lineman come in, or one of them guys from Louisville Kings come in and leverage him, man, and I think like dislocated his shoulder, and they had to take him out, man. I was like, wow, we had the game, 9 minutes to go, but on the bright side, I felt like it was like the Seahawks, Cincinnati Seahawks, when Pete Carroll made that bonehead call for Russell, what's that, Russell Wilson, to throw the ball instead of giving it the beast mode to run it in on the 2 yard line. This man been carrying 3 to 5 defenders on him, and he would get 10 yards or better a carry. He was so in the zone he couldn't be stopped at the end of the day. And you gonna tell Russell to throw the ball instead of handoff just to get into the end zone. But see, they didn't want him to be the hero. But what made that situation a better situation? It was the fact that they won before, the year before. This would have been a repeat in 2 rings, you know. So that's after you get over being upset. That's what you had to lean on, is that, hey, We won it last year. So this is what I reverted back to. We won it last year. You know what I'm saying? And this is like the third year that the DC Defenders been in the chip. So 3 years ago they was in it and lost, and we won it last year, and we got back to the cup this year, the chip. Got back to the chip this year, and uh and then we lost it in the last quarter. Let's go to some photos, man. You know, it was crazy. Yeah, everybody talking about the big Tigger abuse of him. I guess committing abuse and battery on his wife, and his big headlines going around, and he's saying he innocent, and I believe he is. I mean, you innocent till proven guilty, but they saying he has a history of putting his hand on his women, and then they settle out of court, so you really don't hear about it. So it's like, so if he did do it, it's going to come out, because somebody going to pay for the story, and all these non-disclosure agreements. They'll find a way to break it, to break the story, because right now content is money, content is information, and content pays at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny. I saw the movie, Scary Movie, last weekend, and they made fun of Kai Cenat, saying that basically making fun of podcasters and content creators, like, you guys don't do nothing and you making money. Well, I ain't making no money. It's just a hobby. I like to come and spew what's on my mind and then go back and watch it, because you forget stuff. So I just like to reflect on what I was thinking particular days and what was my conversation. So this is what it is for me. But if I ever do become monetized, oh well, I'm gonna keep it moving. If it do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Ain't no big deal. But it is what it is. And uh everybody talking about the Carmelo Anthony kid. And for a while I was like, Carmelo Anthony, the basketball player, and saying that he was in a murder dispute, but then they kind of find out it was somebody else, a kid named Carmelo Anthony, and he spelled his name with a K, not with a C, and like the basketball great, and it's real unfortunate of what happened to him. And what happened to him was he had, I think he in Texas, in one of them towns, sundown towns, from what I hear, and at a high school football game, and it got the rain and pouring down, and he ran to take cover from the rain and ran into a tent full of, white kids that was basically telling him to get out from under their tent. And the kid that got into a fight, that kid jumped in his face, and then they were saying the guy brother jumped up. And so basically they tried to jump him, and probably did jump him, and he had a knife on him and he stuck him. You know what I'm saying? So uh I don't think this man, this young kid was trying to kill this young kid, but where's the justice in you getting beat on and or attempted to get beat on because you were in a tent that you was trying to hide, I mean, take cover from the rain and, and all these kids trying to, come at you. And, in hindsight, he should have just left, but he stood his ground. And sometimes we could be too prideful. The setup, the situation, and sometimes you just gotta turn the other cheek. And you know what? I just think he got tired of turning the other cheek, and he went for it. He went for his, and he done got 30 years because he made the wrong decision. All he had to do was leave the tent. But before he left the tent, they probably whooped on him before he left, allegedly, and he wasn't going to let it go. It's just something different when people put their hand on you. The right thing to do is just let it go. But sometimes you can't. But you can't be stupid. When you're outnumbered, you can't be stupid. Why is you risking getting jumped on than to just get the hell up out of there? Go get your crew and come back. And if they want to squabble down, then let's do it. But you pulled the shank out. You stuck the kid, and then everybody backed up off you because they saw you wasn't playing. But look where it got you at. We got to think, man. We got to think. They always sending a flunky at you. Some crash out to try to get you and trick you off the streets. You got to be smarter than what. You got to be smart to see the play that's trying to get you to be provoked. Like I just said, how the lady asked me, what is the holiday for Friday? I'm like, what? I said, do your research. She came back 2 hours later and said, oh, I know what Friday is. And I didn't know that was a real thing. So what was the point of that conversation? So why did you have the need to come back and tell me that you didn't know that was a thing? So the only thing that registered in me was you was trying to provoke me. You're a little white lady. I'm a big, black, ugly man. Well, I ain't ugly, but that's the perception, You was trying to provoke me. And then if I spazzed on you, then I'm the villain. This big black man and the little white lady, let's just say this. I thank God for my discipline that I learned to obtain over the years. Because I would have cussed that lady out for trying to be funny and provoke me. And I would have gave her what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? But I know at my place of employment, at no time can you get out of pocket. Because how am I going to come home and tell my family I lost my job because I let some person provoke me? And it wasn't even nothing directed derogatory at me, like calling me the N word or anything else. She asked me something left field, and I was on stuck for a minute because I'm trying to figure out what you talking about. She randomly came to me and asked me that. So I'm like, who sent you? Who sent you? I'm like, am I being punked? I'm looking around for cameras and everything, and I'm like, just trying to figure out what's the play, right? I'm like, is this chick flirting with me? Like, what's going on? So that's where I'm at. And I tell brothers, I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm used to being the aggressor and the hunter when it comes to meeting women. My antennas go up when a woman approach me trying to, book me, if you will. Now, I ain't saying this left field like I ain't got no juice or, I ain't got no appeal that could happen, but I just in particularly, I don't like women approaching me because it need to be the other way around. You're the chick, not me. You know what I'm saying? So again, my antennas went up. I'm like, I'm on defense right now. I'm like, what's going on? Why is you asking me this? And it's still bothering me. I'm like, what was the play? And obviously, the play didn't unfold, I think, because I was on my game and I didn't allow it to continue. I shut it down before it even started. You feel me? Yeah. Yeah. So, but happy Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Juneteenth is when the slaves got released from slavery. And it's been celebrated down south for years before it became into law. Down south, people wouldn't go to work on the 19th. Supposedly, whatever day it actually happened. And don't you know, for a long time, when the word came down that slaves were free, up to maybe 5 years after that, people were still working as slaves before they got the word that they was free. And then they remain at the plantation. Like, where we going? What we gonna do? When they just come out and say, hey, y'all can go. Go where? I'm sure the young people hard ass, but what was the elders gonna do? You know what happened? They still stayed there. So let that marinate. They said they did a piece on the favorite Nick was Earl the Pearl Monroe, the favorite New York Knicks of all time was Earl the Pearl Monroe. And I need to watch that piece and see what they're talking about. All right, Big Daddy Kane putting out another album, Curtain Call. Yeah, they said his final album he dropping. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it's his final album, but that's just for the marketing purposes to give it hype to, allow it to do numbers. Ja Rule daughter look like Stacey Dash when you look at it. I guess they at the New York parade yesterday. I was supposed to go to that parade yesterday, and everything possible that could go wrong went wrong. Meaning, my niece, my great niece, graduated last week from kindergarten to the first grade, and so that happened on I think a Thursday. She didn't go to school Friday, and then come Monday, my niece tried to take her to school because school didn't close till the 18th, which was yesterday, officially for the summer. And her teacher's already gone, and they told her, you can take her home and keep her home because her teachers is gone for the summer. And it's nobody in her class, and she can't go in nobody else's class. Basically telling her, we not babysitting your child. The teachers are gone. Um, which was an issue because camp and the camp don't start till when school closes or at the end of the month. So y'all close a whole week early. So my niece had to find arrangements, you know what I'm saying? So she was like feeling pressed out and all that. And I talked to my wife, I say, there's too much going on with our young little ladies, our young little girls. I mean, with kids in general. And I don't want my niece trusting somebody that she really don't trust to have to take care of her child. So, because she got to go to work. So, you know, my wife said, okay, I'll pick her up. Tell her, take her to work with her, and I'll pick her up. So, long story short, my niece took her child to work with her, and and her boss was cool. They were like, hey, she good. You know what I'm saying? Long as she ain't running around acting a fool and not disciplined, you know, you give these kids now their iPad and just let them watch their little bluey shows. They good. So that's what happened. So, but still, we assisted, within the week. I think I got her yesterday or Wednesday evening when I got her. Kept her all day Thursday, which was yesterday. And then my sister, my baby sister, got her for Friday. So we all pulling together to hold her down until she go to camp, And so we had 4 graduations this year. My son started it all. My nephew's son graduated to this. No, I guess he just passed, not graduated, from the 5th to the 6th grade. They had a nice little cookout that I missed. Sorry about that. I'll get up with you. I got a little paper for you, little nephew, little great nephew. And Then my grandbaby, she graduated to the first grade, and I missed that. I missed out on the dinner because I had to work, but I made up for it. Gave her some paper, and then my niece, great niece, graduated last week. And I made that. You know, and we went out to eat and everything. It's like been real festive around here. And then of course I'm celebrating 5 years of the podcast. You feel me? So this is all what's going on, man, in your boy life. You feel me? And yeah, so the blessings is coming left and right. You know what I'm saying? And and I won a little something off the game. I ain't gonna disclose what it was. Wasn't nothing major, but it was something. You know, the gas tank full. Let's just say that. What I'm saying? The gas tank full. I can fill her up. You know what I'm saying? The gas ain't gotta get put on half. I can fill her up. So let's just keep it like that. But thank you, the Knicks. Thank you, New York Knicks. So anybody know me, they know I'm a Wizard fan. And um, I got love for New York because my wife is from New York, from Harlem. And I'm frequently up there. So, you know what I'm saying? I got love for New York and Harlem. So, and Cardi B said when she did her concert here, DC reminds her of Harlem. Everybody like to get fly and snazzy, which we do down here in DC. We known for, putting them threads on and, styling and profiling, you know what I'm saying? Our culture, go-go music and whatnot. And she said when she did her show in Baltimore, Baltimore remind her of Brooklyn, you know, say Brooklyn is edgy and crazy and wild. Said Baltimore remind her of Brooklyn. So yeah, so maybe that's why you know uh, the connection of me and Harlem is something like a thing, and then I watch people that rep Harlem like Dame Dash, Cameron, Mace, and so forth. Dapper Dan is a Harlem night. I went to Dapper Dan house up in Harlem, that sit on the corner. Dougie Fresh had a restaurant up the street, a fish market back in the day when I used to go up there frequent. And but Dapper Dan got a house that say Gucci on it on the basement door. So I'm ringing the buzzer. I was trying to get a book and get an autograph because every time I see a video of him, he out front of his house talking about how he greet the people and he walk among the people. And I'm trying to meet Dapper Dan, try and get his book, because last time I was in Harlem and up in New York, we was moving my mother-in-law, and so I was trying to get a book. Then I supposed to met up with Gene Deal to get his book and give it to my mother-in-law, So, but we ran behind in the moving because she had so much stuff, and we left a lot of stuff at her apartment that she lived at for 40 years, man. And so yeah, um, I wish I was a store that had a thrift store because I would have got a lot of antique things and would have sold them that she collected over the years. And it's like you hate moving. I hate moving myself. I help somebody move, but I hate moving because you don't realize how much shit you got until you move. And you got to move all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you pay somebody. And at this point in my life, I'll probably pay somebody when I move. You know, if in the near future, if that is what it is. I mean, and it's not on the table right now or no time soon, but if need be, yeah, I'm gonna get a crew with a truck and I'm gonna let them young boys do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to do it, but I'm an elder now. I ain't trying to live nothing but my wife, if you know what I mean. You feel me? Yeah. So let's get into these pictures, man. You know, that's the fan. We at the United Bowl at the Audi Field in DC, which is right across the street from the Nat Stadium, the baseball team. You feel me? And yeah, I'm a Prince fan, man. And they had Purple Rain come on the radio, and I was rocking out. So look, I'm riding yesterday, and the MKZ Lincoln Town car was in front of me, the same color that I bought 6 years ago for my 50th birthday. That was my first luxury car that I ever had, and I bought that on my 50th, straight off the lot, and I had to give it up, my warranty ran out, and it was from CarMax, so it was 50,000 miles on it, so they call it news instead of new. And when my warranty ran out, my engine light came on, and my mechanic was like, uh, the code saying you can start having engine problems, so go ahead and get rid of that joint. Cause rule of thumb, when you fix something, something else mess up. So you get ready to put money into this car. So go ahead and get from up under it. And I did that. So, but that stamped my uh uh my history moment of having my first luxury joint that I bought myself. And I'm proud of that. That was a moment right there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, yeah. I got the USA shirt on. USA beat Prava last weekend. Four goals to nothing. We jumped out on them. You see, I got the defender hat on. You feel me? Yeah, we ain't playing. Ooh, ooh. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Damn, I've been out here 2 hours. That's crazy. I woke up around 4, so 2 of my aunts got out and voted for. We got our mayor race going on. So who remember the group Tears for Fears? So they still active on the radio on the 80s channel. And you know, the DC Vibe band uh is that made that Everybody Wants to Rule the World song. They made that their signature song. And I bet you a lot of people don't know that's a Tears for Fears song. You know what I'm saying? I'm guaranteed they don't know that that's their song. You know, they probably think it's DC Vibe, but it's not. And have Ali, one of his grown daughters, showing a picture with her and her dad when she was a baby. You know, look at your boy. So this is the story behind that football. They took the net down, and so when the field goal kicker was kicking field goals on both sides, the ball would come in the stands, and they wanted the ball back. And the guy that caught the balls, a dude that caught one beside me and in front of me, I say, yo, let me get that ball, man. I'm taking me a picture with that ball. And if I had caught the ball, I wasn't giving it back. They were gonna have to put me out that joint. When you go to a baseball game and you catch a home run ball, they don't go and ask for the ball back. So that was one thing I didn't like. And, you know, I'm like, you a whole league. I know y'all got money. You know, The Rock and the Asian lady that owns the league. You know what I'm saying? Why? And then why you take down the net if you gonna ask for the ball back? Keep the net up. So yeah, this is how I'm thinking. Maybe this is how they keep everybody engaged. Let them feel the ball, and then they gotta give it back. I don't like that. I don't like it. Not one bit. You know what I'm saying? Who remember this picture? This was in '84 when Georgetown won the championship. Big John Thompson, Patrick Ewing, and your boy Ronald Ray. That's an iconic picture right there. What is this 6'7" stuff? So my son explained to me 6'7" it's a rapper that was rapping about spinning the block on 67th Street. And that was the hook, 6'7", 6'7". And now I think on TikTok it done went viral. People saying it and making it like a saying like 100. You keeping it 100. So I guess this is the young kids turn 6'7". You know, like, yeah, 6'7". I'm like, what's 6'7"? 67%. 100% is 100%. That means a good thing. 67 is barely passing, but you pass, So it's like maybe I'm reading too much in it because I'm an old head. And that's what the kids saying, it's something cool to say at the end of the day. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. This me and the wife right here. This was at halftime when we was winning the chip. When we was winning, and I'm thinking we gonna repeat the chip, and you know what I'm saying, and It didn't happen. Damn, quarterback got hurt. So yeah, that was crazy. Look at this joint, a big cat holding Wemby. You know, he's sunning them. Oh man, I'm the big man right here. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I'm gonna keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Constant work ethic. Every time I had the ball, all I could think about was all the hours in the summer. Or every summer I had since I ever can remember making this a reality. So whenever I had the ball, I'm just thinking about just be alone in the gym.
And you're getting to share this with your father. Just how special to you is that? We can see it.
That's it, that. You can see it.
You said you've been doubted your whole life. Too small, not this, not that. But what has this team shown about heart?
We're gonna find a way. Whatever you put in front of us, we're gonna find a way. It doesn't matter. It does not matter whatsoever. We're gonna find a way. Every single time we step on this court. Every time.
Congratulations, Sheriff.
Thank you. His mental toughness is his superpower. The next Jalen Brunson is the gift that keeps on giving. A celebration for the Brunson family, a celebration for the Knicks family. Much more to come from San Antonio. I've thrown a lot of passes. The thing about a pass is that you have to let it go. Trust someone else to carry it forward. Like New York did for 53 years. Millions refusing to let it drop. Dreaming and scheming. Through the doubting and the drowning. Because that's what this city does. It keeps the ball moving with grit, hustle, and heart. 53 years in the making. Splash it in. Wear it well. Champions. My confidence. 45 points. I told them they was gonna kill them boys tonight. It's over. 53 year drought. Woo! Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The drought is over. Woo! The drought is over. Let's go! Woo! The drought is over. The drought is over. The drought is over.
Clyde with them ugly ass suits.
It's over.
But that's what he do. But he was the flyest dude back in the day.
Y'all did it, Mom.
He kept the shaft look going.
Woo! Let's go.
Big Cat got engaged to his girl. That's what's up.
to Floyd and Aaron, well deserved. That's his life. Yeah. As a player, going to get across the finish line, every one of these guys has worked for this moment. Since they first started playing basketball, do you also feel the weight of the city, the franchise? Woo! Y'all did it! 53 years! Woo! Oh my God! I told him!
All right, more flicks from the game. The United Bowl with the DC Defenders and the Louisville Kings. We fell short, one touchdown when our quarterback got hurt. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It's some bullshit, you know. But what got us over the hurt of losing was, you know what I'm saying, we had the chip from last year. We won. We're the 2025 champs. So that's how we got over that. You know what I'm saying? Look at my aunt and cuz, you know, one of my little cousins. You know what I'm saying? And my aunt, that's Ron's son. You know what I'm saying? Big Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, man. You know, I took pictures of every time we scored, you know. And we celebrating 250 years of America, so it was a joke of there dressed like George Washington. Yeah, it was crazy. The United Bowl. How they feel? All right. I guess I gotta get to a Super Bowl now because I done been to the Arena Football Super Bowl, well, Arena Football Championship with the DC Valor, the Arena Football League, and that was 2018, I believe. And now 2026, I go to the United Bowl, you know, for the XFL League. So the NFL, I need that. I need to do that. That's in the plans. Okay, that's in the plans. So yeah. Hmm. Damn, I just woke up. You know, I'm dozing out. I mean, I'm still sleepy. Oh, I forgot 50 Cent was the halftime entertainment.
Let's go!
Yeah, he cranked it up. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder was with him.
That was tight. That was tight. Let's go. Now we got to win it now. We got to win it now. We got to win it now. Let's go. Let's keep that lead. Let's close it out.
Man. $50. And the football great Darryl Green and Brian Mitchell of the Super Bowl Redskins is there. My boy say he a whole dollar now. He done gained weight. He ain't 50 cent no more. DC was lit last weekend. USA won the FIFA game. We had the United Bowl. We had the UFC fight here in DC. We had the wine fest going on with Scarface in the backyard. Come on, Slim. If you couldn't find nothing to do, that means you a lame. That's just what it is. Yeah. It was 16-7 in the first quarter. All right, that was our team right there, DC Defenders. You know, and they ain't getting enough love. And I say that because they the champions where they were for a whole year when we was expecting the Commanders to get back to the finals and we was one game away from the Super Bowl the first year that Jaden Daniels came in the league. And it was a disappointment that we didn't even make the playoffs. So luckily the damn DC Defenders, the XFL league, our team was putting on, and we wasn't even giving them no love. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why this was a sold out game. 7,500 people. Y'all can hear I wasn't feeling no pain either, right? They had $5 bills. Just a minute left. Yeah. I said, go ahead and give me 5 of them jumps. You do the math. Oh man. Let's go. So when I see The Rock, I'm an action man. To own a league, was that inspired from you being on the Baller Show? You know, The Rock was on a football show called The Ballers on HBO. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the finale, they bought a team. So I wonder, was this inspiration to do? Look at that. 13-7. We was killing their ass. We should have won. They were showing off to that damn last quarter. Yes. Look, they got me acting a fool. Look at that. Man, we was putting on, bro. God damn. Fucked us up. It's all right. We're going to get him next year. This the dude that caught the ball beside me. And then they asked for the ball back.
Why you gotta get the ball back? That's bullshit. Good catch, good catch. Damn. Yeah. Man. Let's go. Show the ball. Oh, that's some bullshit. Why you gotta get the ball back? That's bullshit. Good catch.
Some bullshit, right? I was in my feelings now. Like, the fuck you gotta get the ball back for? That's some bullshit. Look, we jumped out on their ass with vengeance. You know, started with the field goal. And we ain't look back. And the fourth quarter did us in, man. Oh, man, the new defenders I should have had that joint on. That's my son right there, the college graduate. Yeah. Yeah, we was sitting in the sun like a motherfucker. It's all good, though. Yeah. Look, nigga was rapping at the game. Had the Bronson joint on. That's my son holding up that flag. The 2025 champs. Yes, sir. The United Bowl. Let's go. XFL Bowl. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. And you know, I'm gonna buy my own XFL ball. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't trying to let you keep the ball, you know. I'm gonna buy my own shit. How about that? Look at my first lady right there. Yeah. That's the New Yorker. That's Darryl Green and Brian Mitchell. Redskin Hall of Famers, Ryan Mitchell and Darryl Green, Super Bowl champions, Hall of Famers. They was there at the game rapping. Yes, sir. That was good that they was showing love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I be acting a fool at the games, y'all. Oh man, $5 bills. Yeah, I was acting a fool. I ain't even gonna front. Oh, I forgot my man. Threw a vicious all white pool party. My man Jack. You know. So yeah, last Saturday was off the train. We was hyped that first half, man. Sold out. 7,500. Sold out. Yeah. Your boy. I was feeling no pain out there baking in that heat. How bad? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was real in the field. It was real. It was real in the field. Yes, sir. Look at our little mascot. I think it's like a lizard or some shit. Like a snake. We was on the chain with it. Look at my man. I think he supposed to be Uncle Sam for the 250 of America. You know what I'm saying? He jazzed it up. The United Bowl. Louisville Kings. Congratulations to y'all, man. On the real, you know. We supposed to won that jump though.
Let's go. minutes, game time. Let's go. Oh, that's our match. What is it? Elizabeth? Okay. Yeah, okay. I got you.
That's Brian Mitchell of the Skins, Hall of Famer. Yes, one of the best that did it. Y'all can check him out on his Brian Mitchell show and podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The EFL ball. This one, the dude in front of me caught it. And I said, man, let me get that ball so I can take a picture. You know what I'm saying? They on that bullshit. Once you get the ball back, once you catch it. Look, my wife photobombed me. It was hot as shit out there. We was sitting right in the sun. That's why she had the towel on her head. Yeah. Yeah. We was giving it up. We was giving it up.
Looking at Darryl Green and Brian Mitchell in the gray shirt. Darryl Green in the blue. Old school Commanders. Redskins. Old school Commanders. Old school Redskins. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
3 Super Bowl rings. That's 6 between them. Let's go. Represent for the defenders. Let's go. Commanders stay good. Then the defenders will. God damn it. Let's go. Got Louisville on the other side. They good. But we got home court advantage. And we're gonna handle that. We're gonna handle this business today. The United Bowl. This is our Super Bowl. That's how we giving it up. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
The United Bowl 2026. Yes, sir.
All right, the stadium is empty because we here early. So don't act like nobody showed up for the game. It started at 3. We a whole 2 hours early. You know what I'm saying? You know, you come to stuff like this early so you can get the free beers and t-shirts and everything. You gotta know how to roll.
Yes, sir. I had everybody acting the fool. Yes, sir. That was our Super Bowl. But now we got to get to the real deal, Slim. That's our next stop, the Super Bowl. For sure. Your boy. This is my son, Chris, and his girl and her family. You know what I'm saying? That's Pops over there. Their son was part of one of the youth programs that they was highlighting. You know, yeah. Look at my 2 sons right there. Yeah. Our first lady. Let me get y'all close up. Both of my boys and my daughter is college graduates, just to let y'all know. I've been putting in work so they can be great. You feel me? Oh, and my wife is a college graduate. So I'm the only one that ain't got no documents, but it's all right. While they was studying in class, hitting the books, I was getting money. So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, that was the trade-off. I do the work, y'all go get the rewards. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. Look at your boy. Look at your boy. the defenders cheerleaders. That's how I was giving it up. You feel me? That's how I was giving it up.
There you go. There you go.
Look,
Yeah.
look, the super fan.
Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
All right. So what are we thinking today?
I believe we're going to win by 3 points because the team is good on the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? But we at home field advantage. Okay? 25-30. Let's go. And that's more than 3 points. I say 3, right? There you go. There you go. Yeah. Let's go.
And then I'm gonna celebrate on the field.
Huh?
Last year was crazy.
Yeah. You went down there? Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Slim girl had the fake butt too,
How do you feel? Let's
or
go.
she had the BBL or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got that on camera, but
You know what I'm saying?
how do you feel, baby? That's where our soccer
And then I'm gonna
teams
celebrate
play.
on the field. Last year was crazy.
Yeah. You went down there? Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, last weekend was off the chain, Slim. Only if we had and could
All
have
right.
secured the victory.
We got the United Bowl, the Super Bowl for the XFL League. This might be the closest we get to a Super Bowl. And I got a super fan right here.
Right here, man.
Yeah.
Stars, capital
Yeah.
punishment right there.
There you go.
We
There you
bring it.
Yes,
Go
sir.
DC.
Yes, sir. Is this the line? Oh, okay. I guess we gotta go to the back. Yes, sir. Huh?
Let's see you red.
So, see, I go up front. All right.
That's what that championship shirt looked like last year. Yes, sir. We did that. 2025. And look, they had the shirts made for them to win. And uh I know they was mad that they had to spend their money and then they didn't win to sell them shirts. So they was damn near giving them shirts away, $5. Them shirts was going for $50 when we pulled up. And then dude like, man, give me $5. We trying to get rid of these shirts. That was crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We're gonna close it out. You know, I'm almost at 2 hours. Wow. Look at this shit. What do that read? American longest serving juvenile prisoner walked free after 68 years behind bars. He was sentenced at 18 and then released at age 83. They took this man's whole life. And this was I read about this. Let me see. Joe Egan was 15 years old when he was sentenced to life in prison in Pennsylvania in 1953 for crimes committed during a violent robbery and stabbing spree that left two people dead. Following his arrest, Ligon was held without access to family and legal representation, and he signed confessions put in front of him by the police. He and four other teenagers were rushed through a joint 1 day trial. For decades, he lived quietly behind bars, working prison jobs, avoiding trouble, and spending much of his time alone. As the years passed, the world outside transformed while Ligon remained incarcerated, eventually becoming America's longest serving juvenile lifer. After a series of U.S. Supreme Court rulings declared mandatory life without parole sentences for juveniles unconstitutional, Ligon became eligible for release. Yet he repeatedly refused parole because it would have placed him under state supervision for the rest of his life. Following a lengthy battle, a federal judge vacated his sentence. And on February 11, 2021, Joe Ligon finally walked free at the age of 83 after nearly 68 years of prison. Asked what freedom felt like after all those years. His answer was simple, beautiful. Wow. Okay, so Joe Ligon. Okay, he said he refused probation because it would have had him on house arrest the rest of his life. So him and some other teenagers will rush through a 1 day trial without representation and access to lawyers and family in 1963, which was a racist time. So I'm wondering, did he do the robbery? Did he do the stabbing, or was he part of it, like guilty by association? You know what I'm saying? So, who was the other teenagers at that time, and did they die all? And was he the only one living? And that's why they told this story. Joe Ligon, y'all, jailed at 15 and home in 2021 at the age of 83. So 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. He should be 86 or 87 now. You know what I'm saying? No, he should be 88. From 2021, he was 83, and now it's 2026. He should be so. Yeah, he 88. He's 88. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and get to 2 hours, man. I ain't did a joint in 2 hours in a minute. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to what we was going back to. We was talking about 50 Cent. Choke No Joke was speaking on 50 Cent, saying that he took a meeting with him and told him, man, I ain't down to sell my soul if I'm gonna do work and business with you. And Choke No Joke said he ain't called him back. You know what I'm saying? So was 50 offended, or you know, he ain't called him back and work with him because he was one of them boys that's gonna press you out to work.